Thursday, what's today? April 6th, 2017. Steve Sipress here. If you're with me live, I am on Facebook. If not, maybe you're watching this on YouTube or on my blog or my podcast. And I got a call from an attorney that I hired nearly a year ago with good news. Finally, this case went through all the this and the that and the delays and the filing, and I can't even focus or listen to all the rigmarole of what's going on, which is pretty much the point of what I'm sharing in the video. So he finally called and he said, "Hey, we won the case." First, I didn't even know he had a court date. Last he said the court date was going to be in about a month or something, but I'm so used to this is going to be in 2 months and this will be 90 days to 180 days and whatever. And it was like, oh, hey, went to court today, we won. And I didn't bat an eye. I didn't whoop and holler. And it's a multiple six-figure settlement coming our way, which is nice. But I didn't whoop, holler, flinch, even think about it for a second. And I realized why is because I knew that we had won the case the second I hired this attorney. And it made me think that I'll bet that's the way, and yeah, I guess I'm tooting my own horn, but I guarantee results to my clients in writing. So I felt like, and attorneys can't guarantee the results, but I knew when I hired this attorney that I got the best attorney in that area and the case was won. And so when he told me today, I was like, yeah, of course I knew that the second I hired him. And I thought that's how my clients must feel the second I accept them as a client, just like this attorney accepted my case, that they've already won. I guarantee they make money in writing. If there's a small business owner that, for another video for another time. Oh, somebody's here. Thank you, Faith. Yeah. And so, here's the deal. An attorney is geographically restricted, right? They can only practice, they have to pass the bar in the state or the states, and that's the only place that they can practice, and you can hire them. So this is a case all the way across the country, and I had to find an attorney. Of course, I've never met him. I'll never meet him in person. I didn't have to go there. I didn't have to anything. I just had to make the call and then convince him to take my case. And from my research, I had discovered and trusted and believed that this was the best attorney in that area. Notice I didn't say the cheapest attorney. So another thing, I just thought of all the things it has in common when somebody hires me. I'm not the cheapest marketing consultant by a long shot. That would be ridiculous. If you have an important meal for an important client or an important anniversary or any kind of date, would you go to say, what's the cheapest restaurant I can go to for this? If it's important, you say, what's the best restaurant? And when a case is important, which hopefully every time you got to deal with an attorney, somebody else, thank you, I would think that's rather important. And this being a multiple six-figure case that dragged on, it was, whatever, and it went on for a whole trying to without having to hire an attorney and go through all that nonsense, because nothing personal. I have attorneys as clients. I have a law degree myself, so I have a lot of friends, and I think I got to notice that my law school anniversary that was my high school. It's my 45th, no, 35th? I don't know, some kind of high school anniversary coming up, but when I have a graduation from high school, college, and law school, I got like an anniversary, a 5 or a 0, anniversary coming up like every year or two. But so I have a lot of friends that are attorneys and clients are attorneys, but I do not like dealing with attorneys. I don't like when anything has to get to an attorney. But in this case, I finally said enough is enough. Let's get an attorney and let's get the best attorney I can find. It didn't matter. When we get a multiple six-figure settlement, whatever amount out of that has to go to the attorney is fine. The point is, I didn't want to get zero. I wanted to make money. I made money from hiring the attorney regardless of what I paid him. And again, I was just saying that's so similar to how I work, except there are a few differences. So with an attorney, they're geographically limited. If you are located, I as a consultant, I have clients all over the world. that I help. No geographic limitations. So you don't have to find someone to help you with your marketing who happens to be in your town or in your county or in your area or any of that nonsense. I mean, that might have been the case 10, 20 years ago, but thanks to technology now, I mean, look at this. I can talk to anybody on a video instantly. I got a phone right here. I got a private message on Facebook. I got a cell phone. I got an email. I got just about any kind of possible way I can communicate with people. Thank you. And so I can help people all over the world. And when I need help, I look for people, the best person I can find to handle the strategy or the task or the tactic or whatever it is I need done. So I had so much in common, I felt, with my clients when I had this attorney. Thanks, Faith. Yeah, so, I mean, this second I hired him, I went to my beautiful wife, Michelle, and I said, check out this website of this attorney. And look at this, and look at that, and look at this. I don't even remember now. It's been almost a year, but I was like, look what I found here, and look at this here, and look at this case here, and these are almost exactly like our case. And look what he did. He went and said, this is not even a problem. I had called all kinds of other attorneys who were like, oh, yeah, no, you won't get that. Oh, they this and that, and but I saw this guy who was like, that's no problem. Lots of ways to overcome that one. Boom, 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 boom. Well, I called him, had a conversation. Obviously he's busy. It takes a limited number of cases. I mean, I had so much in common with me. He's very selective who he takes. He's the highest price attorney you can find in his area, in his type of law. And I was hoping so much he would take our case. And the second he did, that's what I was celebrating. So now it's just a confirmation of that celebration. And I really thought I would react and say, wow, yes, we won. But again, I really can't stress it enough. I did that the second I hired him. And so are you a small business owner who's forward-thinking, action-oriented, goal-oriented, aggressive? You really want to make something happen. You don't just want to grow 10%. You don't just want to survive. And we've been doing that for 8 years. That's over. Now it's time for the economy. We can all sense it. If this do-nothing Congress and this crazy, White House administration doesn't know what the hell they're doing. If they can get their act together and get some things going, then, well, they're already knocking down regulations, but man, they got to cut taxes, they got to cut a hell of a lot more regulations, really get this economy going, then yeah, it's going to be good for small business owners. But is it going to be good for you in particular? Is it going to be good for all your competitors? If you want to pretty much dominate the entire marketplace, and you've got enough employees, enough infrastructure to handle all the work that my marketing system is going to bring you. I mean, I can't stand when I make the mistake of bringing somebody on and then they tell me, immediately into starting to do the marketing, oh, you got to shut it off. I got too much. We're overwhelmed. We got too much work. No, you told me you either had enough people, you'd be able to hire enough people and handle the work. We haven't even started yet. So I felt the same way, except that no geographic limitation. You can simply look for the very best marketing consultant with the very best systems, the very best team. I've got all the top experts all over the world in all different areas of marketing. I have vetted them and done the research for you, so you're not going to get taken by them and whatever. You're going to win. The second that I accept you as a client, you have won. Unlike an attorney also, I can put results promises in writing. I guarantee results. So there's the difference. The attorney is geographically limited. So did I get the best attorney in the world at this? Obviously good enough. He won the case. Did I know if there's somebody who's better in some other city and town? Don't know. Didn't have to look. Couldn't look. My case wasn't there. Did I get a guarantee in writing that I would win my case? No. Attorneys can't do that. Okay? Almost no marketing consultants do. I don't know any that do. If you know a marketing consultant, please put it in the comments. Hey, Phil, so sorry to hear the news about your daughter. That's still so sorry to hear that. Yeah, sure, promotion, of course. My clients use promotional products. The thing is, I do have, I don't know if you know, but I have a results group of entrepreneurs now that provide services. It's kind of my team that I use for marketing, and I really only refer within my own clients these days. But if that's something you want to talk about, I can certainly get you a lot of work, make you a lot of money. And thank you, Faith, again. So that's about it, folks. I mean, do you get the feeling that you won the second you make the hire. You know, I was a trader in one of my bazillion careers. I was a trader on the Chicago options board for not really good timing, because I started in April 2001, and we all know what occurred only a few months later, that pretty much the entire industry imploded with the whole 9/11, and financial things were crashing, and my firm completely went under a few months later, and lots of traders were out on the street, and lots of traders with lots of experience were on the street, and little of me with a few months in the industry couldn't find work anywhere. So timing didn't work out. However, I met a lot of traders, spoke to a lot of traders, soaked up knowledge and learned from them. And one thing they said is, and this is for you if you're trading at all, and not just investing like 401k or, God forbid, mutual funds. Don't do that. The fees are crazy. Talk to me if you want. I'll tell you the horror stories, or talk to somebody else who's a financial advisor, and they'll tell you if they're honest. Like, no mutual funds. But if you're trading just to buy and to hold, that's one thing. That's not trading. But if you're trading at all, the saying is, and I think it pertains to real estate also, that the profit is made in the buy. That's when the money is made, in the buy. Okay, you can sell when it's up 10%, 20%, 30%, but if you buy at the right time, in the right situation, you win. And it's the same thing when you hire the right person to do the job, you won. So the attorney, I hired him. It's almost a year ago. I knew I won there. But, I just thought about it. I got to ask him. Maybe he was surprised at, like, hey, that's it, no reaction. I just called you, like I won the case on the first visit to the courthouse. I said this and that. The judge did this and that. And the other attorney, he said, go out in the hall and make a deal because, I'm going to rule in your favor. No, I think he did rule in our favor. They didn't make it. It was too late. The guy didn't make the deal. Just ruled in our favor. We win on the first trip to court. And he was all expecting, like, well, he's going to come back with this. And so we're going to be prepared with this. And then it's going to go back. Well, that's why I didn't expect the call to say it's over. He was like, oh, yeah, this is just the first trip to court. And then they're going to get to this. And it's going to go back. And it was like, boom. He won immediately. So do you have that feeling? When you make a purchase, that's when you win. When you hire the right guidance, that's when you win. So my wish is that you hire the very best for whatever it is you need done, and you can celebrate when that person accepts you as a client, because that's what's happening in Steve Sipress land today. So that's it for Facebook Live today. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Faith, for being here live, and anybody else. I saw these blue things floating across the screen, so I'm still not sure what it is, but somebody told me that means that people are liking what you did. So if that was you too, I thank you a lot. If it was anybody else, thank you, and I'll be back here again tomorrow with another. Every day I do a Facebook Live video, so I'll be back again with another one tomorrow. And if you want to see past ones, I think you can see them on my Facebook page. You can see them on Rhino Daily podcast. You can see them on the rhinodaily.com blog. Where I post all the videos. I post them on YouTube. I just put them all over the place. Thank you, Faith, for being here, and best wishes to everybody else to have the same experience I did, that the second you hire the person, I know my clients, they should, that the second you hire that right person, done deal, time to celebrate, time to figure out where you're going to spend the money and what are you going to do. It's just a matter of when. This was just a matter of when. It wasn't a matter of if, and that's because I hired the right expert for what I needed to get done. So my best wishes that everyone out there in Facebook land and blog land and podcast and YouTube land and all over the place has the same experience. I'll be back here again tomorrow with another Facebook Live video. Thanks for joining me. Over and out.